question. You paying $69.99 to watch Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale on Showtime pay-per-view? That's what I want to know. Because apparently the rumor is that Deontay Wilder is going to be defending his WBC belt on May 18th against Dominic Breazeale, most likely in the Barclays Center on Showtime pay-per-view. Now, if this is true, and if this fight is made on pay-per-view, I'm not going to be paying $69.99 to watch Deontay Wilder defend his WBC belt on Showtime pay-per-view, because that's not worth a pay-per-view buy. Like, that's not a worthy fight to be on pay-per-view. You want me to pay pay-per-view, you got to make Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. You got to make, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. These type of fights make me want to pay for pay-per-view. I'm not going to be paying no $69.99 to watch Deontay Wilder face a guy in Dominic Breazeale. I'm sorry. So I'm going to have to stream that shit. Didn't Showtime learn? Clearly, Deontay Wilder is not a pay-per-view star. I mean, the guy had 300,000 K buys in the United States, in a country that has 300 million people. So out of 300 million people, only 300,000 people bought and paid to watch that pay-per-view against Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury last December. So that just goes to show you, ain't nobody care about Deontay Wilder in the United States. He's not a pay-per-view star like that. I mean, Canelo Alvarez is not even from the United States, and he got higher pay-per-view viewings and numbers than Deontay Wilder. He do higher. So I don't understand why, well, maybe I do. I mean, I read a little piece where they say they're paying Deontay Wilder $12.5 million. So because they're paying him this much to defend his belt against Dominic Breazeale, to basically get back or make that money or receive, or the only way basically they're able to pay Deontay Wilder $12.5 million to defend his belt against Dominic Breazeale is if they do it on pay-per-view, because then obviously they'll generate more money like that. But still, I think that the numbers for Deontay Wilder versus Breazeale on pay-per-view will be terrible, because Breazeale's not a pay-per-view star. Deontay Wilder's not a pay-per-view star. So what are you gonna expect to make? How many buys you're gonna? It's probably gonna do either the same amount of pay-per-view buys that Wilder Tyson Fury did, or even less. Wouldn't be shocked if it did less. And if that's true, where they're paying him $12.5 million, Eddie Hearn was going to pay Deontay Wilder $15 million to fight Dominic Breazeale. So he would have made more under Eddie Hearn if he would have taken that offer with Eddie Hearn. But, Wilder don't want to fight, want to be associated with Eddie Hearn. But I just don't understand why this fight's on pay-per-view, Some fights, like this fight is not meant to be on pay-per-view. It's not meant for people to pay $69.99 to watch this fight. Because, Breazeale is not, I'm sorry, he's not in that caliber to be fighting on no pay-per-view event. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, it's one thing if, like say Deontay Wilder was a massive draw. Right? He was a massive draw, then he could be fighting on pay-per-view. I understand that. It's like Mayweather. When Mayweather was fighting, he was a pay-per-view star. So he could fight somebody that is not worth being on pay-per-view, but because Mayweather is the pay-per-view attraction, he could get away with that. Even like Anthony Joshua, I don't know, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe he defended his IBF belt against Eric Molina on pay-per-view. And if he did, who was the pay-per-view attraction? It was Anthony Joshua, so he could get away with something like that, defending his belt against Eric Molina, who's not pay-per-view worthy, on pay-per-view, right? So, but when it comes to Wilder's not a pay-per-view attraction, so it just makes him look bad when he fights a dude like Dominic Breazeale on pay-per-view, because the numbers aren't going to do good. So what do you guys think of this? Again, these are just rumors that I'm hearing, but would you pay $69.99 to watch Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale? I mean, I certainly won't. Let me know in the comment section below of this video, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.